Hey, before you start, think about your posture.
Yes, ma'am.
Hey,
Before you start, why is your introduction not memorized?
It is. I was just preparing my brain.
Prepare it before you say the first word.
What do you say, Jay?
Thomas,
All right.
I will find a new person.
All right.
A woman was at home alone while her husband was out of town on a business trip with her and her children when an armed intruder entered her house. She immediately grabbed her .38 special and fired several shots into the intruder. The difference between her gun and his is his was illegal and hers was. According to James D. Agresti and Reed K. Smith of JustFacts.com, nearly 5,343,000 crimes are committed with a gun each year, and of those, 989,883 of them are stopped by a gun-owning citizen. Today I will discuss the problems of the current gun laws, what causes these problems, and the solution to fix these pressing matters. First, let's address the problems with today's proposed gun laws. The government has imposed a new gun control bill that will require anyone buying a new gun to have a background check. The problem with this is it could take weeks, if not months, for a law-abiding citizen to purchase a new gun to protect themselves. During this time, someone could easily invade their home and decimate their lives and their family and their house as well. The people who commit such heinous crimes do not achieve or acquire their gun legally. According to a recent interview done by the ATF in local jails in Tennessee, only 2% of criminals get their gun legally. Also, according to the same study, nearly 61% of criminal acts were stopped before they happened because the criminals thought the alleged targets already had a gun on them. Without their gun, these perceived targets would have become actual victims, and we'd be looking at a lot more crime that there is in the world than there is today. The gun registration also takes out a heavy toll on the gun stores and the U.S. economy as well. If it takes weeks to sell guns, then the gun stores sell less and less until they do not make enough money to stay afloat, which takes a major part out of the economy. According to RTs.com April 30th post, Homeland Security has bought more than 1.6 billion rounds of hollow points for practice use. This buys out many stores and puts them into bankruptcy. Also, hollow points are not used for practice, but rather live active combat situations. This knowledge leads many to assume that the government is trying to find a way to use gun control behind closed doors. If that is their motive, this country isn't what the founding fathers made it out to be. Some may wonder what is the cause of these problems, and that is what my second point is about. The people in authority are having an emotional response to recent tragedies. Government officials only see that a gun killed the children at Sandy Hook, when in reality a background check would not have stopped him due to the gun being used, his mother's. In all the recent shootings that have taken place, the gun has received all the blame, and when the Boston bombing occurred, the bombers, rightfully so, get all the blame, but not the bomb. The more strict the gun laws become, the more illegal guns are sold. The gang and criminal world support the purchase of illegal guns through rap music and various other points of propaganda. According to Brandon Zeke of the Washington Post, purchasing and selling of illegal guns in the city of Chicago, where the gun restriction is most forceful, it's nearly 67% higher than it is in the rest of the nation where guns are sold. I personally would love to be a part of the solution, and I know many of you would like to be as well, and that's how my third point addresses. The solution of the large-scale problem is to inform your local representatives on your views. If the majority of the U.S. citizens want gun freedom, then the U.S. representatives will have to comply. Due to our system of checks and balances, if the House and Senate rule one way, the President cannot overrule them, and the unconstitutional acts that he is proposing will be crushed. The immediate solution is for you to go out and purchase a new gun. Even if laws opposing guns get passed, that government cannot already take your guns previously owned. And also, if you buy the ammo necessary to use the gun, it also makes it harder for the U.S. government to make their gun laws that they're doing behind closed doors, like I stated earlier. The proposed laws the President supports will only further damage this country. If the President had taken a brave mother's 38 special away from her, we would all see her and her children dead on TV after a horrific homicide invasion. My question to you is, when an armed intruder enters your house, which do you want to grab? A golf club or a nice legal firearm? Thank you, and God bless.